You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit in current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day. We have a very focused show. We want to chat about items that affect the roof of your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. And let me remind you, if you ever have any more finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you, and you can reach out to me directly. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are operators standing by.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan or plan to save you money, I personally work with you, even if you don't have any needs today. Save this number in your phone for future reference. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And yes, of course, we're celebrating today, but we'll get on to that in a minute. But today is, let's see, National Frappe Day. I don't know. Are you a frappe drinker? At least we didn't put that overpriced frappe on there, but I'm going to go, no thank you. I'm not a frappeer. Oh, I like the whipped cream. Can't miss that part of it. And today is also National Chocolate Covered Pretzel Day. Now, there's one that I can get behind. If it's got chocolate, I'm there. I enjoy the chocolate, so let's we'll go with that one. National Chocolate Covered Pretzel Day. Yeah, let's see what else is going on in the world right now. The Dow Jones Industrial Average down 220 points. S&P 500 is down 21.5. The NASDAQ down 72. Oil, it's up. $2.67 a barrel of oil. Yeah, I wonder if the Middle East has anything to do with that one. And gasoline prices here in California, $4.68. Yeah, it almost feels like $6, but no, it's only $4 and change here. What is the national average? Well, it's always going to be way below what we pay in California, $3.17 a gallon. Wonder if we take our $4.68, take off the 28% in taxes and fees. Yeah, that's going to get us right around the national average, maybe a little bit more. So it's just a matter of who you vote for as to what kind of gas prices you're going to get. $4.58 is what they're paying for gasoline in Hawaii. Yeah, they get it in California, ship it over to Hawaii, pay the transportation costs, and they still pay less than we do here in California. I think the only other state that I've looked at that has gas over $4 a gallon right now, the only state, California, Hawaii, and Washington. Every other state is well less than that. Unbelievable. That's there we go. That's the fun of what we're looking at right now. More serious notes. You have to look at some of these other issues here. Okay, so I saw a report. We're giving more money right now to humanitarian aid in Lebanon than we're spending in South Carolina from the Hurricane Helene. Does that make any sense to anybody? I don't get that one.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Okay, and now we've got another hurricane on the way. I just saw that one this morning. So that one looks like it may even be a little bit stronger than the last one. Hurricane Milton is the name of that one. We're watching that one coming in. So See what's going on right there if you're interested in that. That's the East Coast. And we always look out for our fellow citizens around the country. That's going to be another big issue. And we can't go past this date and not remember October 7th. Yeah, what happened October 7th in Israel, the largest massacre of the Jewish people since the Holocaust. Not a great sign there either. So we do remember that. Even though the media, and I watch the media all the time, the media comes out with all these things talking about what Israel is doing in the Middle East. Does anybody talk about what caused it? It should all start out with it was caused by the terror group Hamas. Even today, I saw that there was a missile that actually got through and landed in Tel Aviv. So when we hear all these different organizations saying that we need a ceasefire, well, there was one October 6th last year. What changed that? Whose fault is that? Was it Israel's? No, they just wanted to be left alone. So we'll continue to watch these things. It is a shame seeing what's going on there. Moving right along, let's take a look and see what's going on here. Last week, now, I wasn't broadcasting on Friday. We got a jobs report Friday, and that did push up our interest rates, mortgage rates, the bond market. The yields went up on that. But was it really good news? Well, I'm just going to report the exact facts of what's the underlying numbers of that jobs report, because we do that on Ron Siegel Radio. So non-farm payrolls grew by 245,000 in September. It was estimated for 150,000. Sounds good, doesn't it? But over half the jobs I shouldn't say that. Revisions came in for the 2 months, added 72,000 jobs. But of the August revisions, they were all government workers. Private sector actually lost jobs. And of the new jobs that were created in September, 50% were education and healthcare. Why is that important to know? Well, those are recession-proof jobs. If the economy is doing well, we add people in education and healthcare. If the economy is not doing well, we add jobs in education and healthcare. So education and healthcare accounted for 50% of the private sector jobs alone. Durable goods manufacturing lost 85,000 jobs in 2024. Okay, so that's not good news right there. So is the job sector really doing well? We get a lot of data from our friend Danielle DiMartino Booth. Used to work for the Federal Reserve in Dallas for many, many years. And we look at some of these numbers and say, where are they coming from? Why is it that the seasonal adjustments, now, obviously, you and I are not smart enough to be able to realize that the jobs numbers change based on the season. So they put them in there for us. Seasonal adjustments were the largest they've been since 2002. Just wonder, why are the seasonal adjustments so high? Well, here's the issue, and I'm going to talk about this very, very simply. You got a lot of policies coming out of this administration that are just killing us. And that's where a lot of the problems are coming from. Yeah, you can hire as many government workers as you want, but what are the government workers really doing for us? You listen to someone like Elon Musk, who's been a devout Democrat, voted blue forever, now saying, you know something, it might be a problem now. You look at some of these issues and you got to wonder, okay, where are we going to take care of that? I just watched a thing go along on one of the business channels. Walmart is sending 60 semi-truckloads of product into South Carolina that normally FEMA would be doing. Why isn't FEMA doing it? You just got to wonder sometimes what's going on. Oh yeah, they're taking care of the illegal immigrants. that have been left into this country. Now, you look at the government jobs, the government workers, where the jobs report showed. Okay, well, you get all those government workers, and is it because the government creates something? No, they're printing money. The more money the government prints, the more inflation we are going to have. The harder it's going to be for us to buy the things that we need. It's just economics 101. You don't have to agree with it. You don't have to disagree with it. The bottom line is, if the government keeps printing money, and they're printing way too much money, I've talked to you about this before, that we've got if you look at the national debt clock, it shows some real interesting data, and you can go and get it again. Don't believe me. usdebtclock.org will tell you exactly what our national debt looks like. $35.6 trillion. $35.6 trillion. Now, the ironic part here is when you look at the debt clock, it says that there's $105,000 owed by every, not illegals, $105,000 per citizen and $271,000 per taxpayer. Well, that just tells you that it's the tax. You know, how many people are not paying taxes? When you look at the debt per taxpayer is more than double the debt per citizen. And I know the citizens are count kids in there as well, but the numbers don't lie. You just have to look at them and decide, okay, which way do you want to go? And do you want to continue in California? Can you believe this one? I just saw that, and I digress. Over 1,000 new bills signed into law just for this last year from Governor Newsom. 1,000. Do we need that much more control put on us? You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, now's the time to upgrade to your dream home? Really? How to protect your credit and financial future in retirement. All that and more. Reach me anytime. Off-air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you missed any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage connection.
Confused about the home buying process? Or curious how much you really know about buying a home? Take the First Home IQ quiz to test your understanding of buying a home. Created by the nonprofit First Home IQ, this 5-minute quiz will give you a score, what you missed, and why. Take the quiz in 5 minutes at rsrlinks.com/FHIQ and find out what you need to know about buying your first home. That's rsrlinks.com/FHIQ.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender. Are you like many of your neighbors trying to figure out how to pay off your debts so you can retire someday? Build bigger savings. Invest in opportunities. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Debt will destroy 50% of Americans from being able to retire earlier and with more. What if you could have a guaranteed program that could show you how to eliminate all of your debt in 10 years or less, all without having to spend more each month than you spend right now? Yes, that's correct. All without spending more from your checkbook each month than you are today. Get your free analysis today to see if you qualify. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Log on today for your free analysis, rsrnodebt.com. No purchase necessary. The free analysis takes only 2 minutes. rsrnodebt.com. Ron Siegel Radio is your home and mortgage connection. Go to rsrnodebt.com. rsrnodebt.com.
Homeowners over the age of 62 are taking back financial control after retirement with reverse mortgages, and the Siegel Lending Team is here to help you use it to your advantage. Call Ron Siegel with Geneva Financial to receive your free information booklet with no obligation. The booklet answers all your questions, and the best part is, you still own your home. Call Ron Siegel at 1-800-306-1990 or visit ronsiegelradio.com.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And every day at this time, OBMMI, they provide the most comprehensive, accurate, timely, and interactive analysis of pricing ever conducted in the mortgage industry, calculated from actual locked rates with consumers across 35% of all mortgage transactions nationwide. They do not tell us APR. They tell us points paid or points received. All they tell us is the number you need to put into your mortgage calculator. And if you don't have a mortgage calculator, you can get one on our app. It's free. ronismylender.com. ronismylender.com. There is no obligation. You don't need to do anything. Just get the app. Again, it is totally free. So let's take a look and see what happened with mortgage rates on Friday. Conventional 30-year fixed was up 6.275. Jumbo 30-year fixed up 6.457. FHA 30-year fixed up 6.052. VA 30-year fixed up 5.733. And USDA 30-year fixed, that one was down 5.989. And for the month, I know that the Home Select best loan on the market, if you qualify, not everyone qualifies. Home Select, that was down in the month when we came out with that number, the latest number. That's rsrhomeselect.com. Every day, as early as the data allows, we do put out a report. You can see our thoughts on what's going on in the market. rsrlinks.com/market minute. rsrlinks.com/market minute. That'll tell you what our thoughts are on the market. So let's see what the market is doing right now. There we go. If I can get it brought back up on the screen, the S&P 500 is now down 21 points. 10-year Treasury, that one's up 5 basis points right now. That's the rate. The yield is up to 4.03. The mortgage bond, now remember, the bond is going to move in the opposite direction of the rate. The mortgage bond is down 24 basis points, which means interest rates are up today. And a lot of that is just so much of the folks have not gotten through the data that I actually shared with you a little bit earlier in our broadcast. And I will share it again for those that didn't catch what we were talking about earlier. Was that jobs report really as good as they seem to think it was? And I'm going to share with you, there is some data that shows that maybe the underlying data, that's the big issue. The underlying data, is that talking about really as good as it was? So non-farms payrolls, yes, grew by 245,000 in September, surpassing the 150,000 consensus. Payroll seasonal adjustment, that means where they just throw some numbers in there to adjust it. They're saying, maybe because of holidays or summer or getting ready for Christmas jobs, whatever. Well, it was the largest adjustment since 2002. Wonder why? 22 years. This was the largest. Revisions for the previous 2 months added 72,000 jobs. So one would say, okay, well, there's a total new job gain then of 326,000. But all of the August revisions was attributable to government jobs. Private payrolls were actually revised down. Education and healthcare sectors accounted for 50% of private sector job creation in 2024. These are recession-proof jobs. Whether there is good economy, bad economy, education and healthcare still has to go on. Here's the big one that, again, not talked about very often. Average work week fell to 34.2 hours, the lowest level of the year. That's the same when you take and divide that work week out by workers and payroll. That's the equivalent of losing 300,000 jobs. And the durable goods manufacturing. This is important because these are the big items. Durable goods manufacturing lost 85,000 jobs. So this, again, not good numbers because there's a factor that goes into all of these. And what do I mean by a factor? There's a multiplier. And what this multiplier actually does is it says, okay, for every one durable goods job, there's going to be some number of 1 times something. So like in real estate, I know, you do economics of real estate, is for when there's a house sold, 1.7 is the economic impact of that happening. So durable goods, there's a multiplier that goes in as to how much economic impact there is for that. We're also looking at the Black Knight Home Price Index. Black Knight reported their home price index this morning, showing home values rose 0.12% in August and are now up 3% year over year, down from 3.6 in the previous report. Home prices continue to appreciate, although they are slowing, which is normal during this time of year. They also reported that there are 4.3 million in-the-money mortgage holders who have a 720 credit score and would have at least 20% equity after refinancing. This number is likely fallen due to the recent rise in rates, but we do anticipate rates to come back down in the coming months. That's why we're telling you over and over and over again, get ready and have that conversation as to what rate number makes sense for you to restructure your home loan. How do you figure that out? Well, what do I mean by that? Go to rsrlinks.com/what's your number. rsrlinks.com/what's your number. And that's going to actually give you an idea to go in there and find out in dollars. Don't worry about percentages because they don't mean anything. You cannot go out to eat. You cannot go out to vacation. You cannot pay for healthcare. You can't buy a new car with a percentage. It's a payment amount. It's your number. So go to rsrlinks.com/what's your number. Figure out what the number is, $200, $300, $400 a month. That will make it worthwhile for you to redo your home loan. When you do that, well, then you figure out, okay, does it make sense? And we get everything ready for you all in advance. That way, if rates drop again, see, they dropped quite a bit and then went up last Thursday, Friday, and today. So volatility in rates is a great example of why you need to establish a strike rate and move quickly once rates fall, as the opportunity can be short-lived and fleeting. Again, go take a look, rsrlinks.com/what's your number. That's the Mortgage Minute, brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. So as you were talking about what's your number, the question is, are you set up properly right now? And we're putting out a report later today about that. Is your financial house in order? What do I mean by that? Well, everybody that owns a piece of real estate should have a home equity line of credit. Because I sell them? No, we don't make money on home equity lines of credit. But it's a safety issue for you. See, what happens if you lose a job and you try and go get that home equity line of credit? No, you're not going to get it because it's not available to those who don't have jobs. You have that in place of hard times. And I was just looking at a company that we refer to for home equity lines of credit. And the interest rate on there is so low that I haven't seen hardly any car loans that are that low. Definitely student loans are higher than that. And credit cards are higher than that. I know if you have the teaser rates, it may not be. But for the most part, other than the teaser rates, you're much better off in every single situation with having this home equity line of credit in place. Now, when you have that home equity line of credit in place, you pay off those other debts. Don't rack them back up because you have more credit available. What we want you to do is just let those credit cards sit there and use them prudently. What do I mean by that? rsrccpayment.com. rsrccpayment.com. That'll show you how to use the credit cards prudently. And what I mean by that is you got to keep them active. If they're not active, then the credit bureaus will start saying, they don't need that card. The credit companies might even close it, but it has less impact on your numbers. So we want to make sure that we keep them active. And you just go and you set up a automatic payment. So if you're paying your cell phone bill, well, you know your cell phone bill is due on whatever day of the month it is. Say it's the 10th. Well, then go into your bank account in your auto pay and set up, okay, for the 12th of every month, I'm going to make an automatic payment for the exact same amount as what your credit card, what your cell phone bill was. You have another credit card, and that one is taking care of your internet bill or your streaming service bill. You're paying your Fubo or whatever that's called, or Roku, or I don't even know those things because I don't have them. But the bottom line is you pay that with a different credit card. So now you've got two credit cards that are always active, and they've always got a very, very low or no balance. When the bureaus report, that's what's going to get you that benefit. You're going to have a higher FICO score. Then you're going to go to the link rsrlinks.com/what's your number, rsrlinks.com/what's your number. And we're going to know that as soon as interest rates hit 5.75 or whatever the number is, that you're ready to go and hit that. We can hit the lock button because we've already got your disclosures done. We've got your income verified. We've got your bank statements done. We've got everything done. So as soon as your number hits, we push the button, send you closing disclosures, and you're off and ready to run. So rsrlinks.com/what's your number. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, now's the time to upgrade to your dream home, how to protect your credit and financial future in retirement. All that and more. Reach me anytime. Off-air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numero 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage connection.
Confused about the home buying process? Or curious how much you really know about buying a home? Take the first Home IQ quiz to test your understanding of buying a home. Created by the nonprofit First Home IQ, this 5-minute quiz will give you a score, what you missed, and why. Take the quiz in 5 minutes at rsrlinks.com/FHIQ and find out what you need to know about buying your first home. That's rsrlinks.com/FHIQ.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 018694552.
Are you like many of your neighbors trying to figure out how to pay off your debts so you can retire someday? Build bigger savings. Invest in opportunities. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Debt will destroy 50% of Americans from being able to retire earlier and with more. What if you could have a guaranteed program that could show you how to eliminate all of your debt in 10 years or less, all without having to spend more each month than you spend right now? Yes, that's correct. All without spending more from your checkbook each month than you are today. Get your free analysis today to see if you qualify. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Log on today for your free analysis, rsrnodebt.com. No purchase necessary. The free analysis takes only 2 minutes. rsrnodebt.com. Ron Siegel Radio is your home and mortgage connection. Go to rsrnodebt.com. rsrnodebt.com.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio. Or anytime at 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990. 1990, the real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by rsrmoney.com. rsrmoney.com. Now's the time to upgrade to your dream home. Yeah, we've been waiting for a while to be able to talk about this because we haven't seen the rates that have made it logical for us to do that. If you've been wanting to sell your house and move up to a bigger and nicer home, you're not alone. A recent Inman survey reveals the top motivator for today's home buyers is the desire for more space or an upgraded home. If you're watching us on RonSiegelRadio.tv, any of our socials, or the ABC News and Talk, AM 1490, FM 98.1 video feed, you're seeing a graph. What's motivating buyers? The share of active home buyers who said their decision to buy is motivated in part 32%, seeking a larger or nicer house, 31%, job-related relocation, 29%, financial benefits of home ownership, 25%, moving closer to family, 17%, getting married, and 17% preparing to retire. But there's also a good chance you, like many other people, have been holding off on that goal because of recent market challenges. It makes sense when you're planning an upgrade that could increase your monthly housing costs. Affordability has a huge impact on when you make your move. But there's good news. Now is actually a great time to make that move happen. Here's why. You have a lot of equity to leverage. One of the key benefits in today's market is the amount of equity you've likely built up in your current house over the years. Even with recent shifts in the housing market, national home prices have steadily grown, adding to the equity homeowners have today. Selma Hepp, chief economist at CoreLogic, explains it well. Quote, persistent home price growth has continued to fuel home equity gains for existing homeowners who now average about $315,000 in equity and almost $129,000 more than at the onset of the pandemic, unquote. What does that mean for you? If you've been in your home for a few years, you're probably sitting on a significant amount of equity. You can put that toward the down payment on your next home, helping keep the amount you borrow within a comfortable range. This can make upgrading more achievable than you might think. If you're curious how you've built up over the years, how much you've built up over the years, ask your real estate agent for a professional equity assessment. And we can send that to you anytime you want to. Mortgage rates have fallen, boosting your purchasing power. There's another big reason why now is a great time to make your move. Mortgage rates are trending down. Lower rates can help make your future monthly payments more manageable, and they also increase your purchasing power. As Nadia Evangelos, senior economist and director of real estate research at the National Association of Realtors, points out, when mortgage rates fall, the interest portion of monthly payments decreases, which lowers the total payment. This makes it easier for more borrowers to qualify for mortgages that have been unable at higher rates. That gives you more flexibility when shopping for homes and may allow you to afford a house at a price point that was previously out of reach. A trusted lender can work with you to figure out the best plan for your budget. Bottom line, if you're ready to sell your current home and find a bigger one, nicer home, or any of the above you've been dreaming of, don't wait. Your equity paired with lower mortgage rates puts you in a great position to make that move today, to make the best decisions, to get the most out of your current market advantage. Give me a call at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Remember, strategy beats rate always. Strategy beats rate always. And in many instances, we can show you how you can make a higher offer on the real estate and have a lower payment. It's because of using the correct strategy. And there's so many people that are so hung up on, I've got to make the lowest offer possible, that they leave tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table because they're using the wrong strategy. That's the Mortgage Minute, brought to you by our friends at rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com. So what do I mean by the wrong strategy? Well, I'm consulting with somebody right after today's broadcast, and we're chatting about the fact that a property that they're looking at has been on the market for some time now. And they said, well, it's on the market for $700,000 and they're thinking of offering $650,000. And I said, well, why don't you have a conversation with the agent? Because a lot of agents don't understand what I'm about to tell you. You can go and offer that full $700,000 and ask them to use $20,000 of that to do a payment reduction plan. A payment reduction plan. So what is that payment reduction plan? Well, you bring down the interest rate, and believe it or not, your interest, you're going to pay way more in interest unless you're using the Home Select loan. You're going to pay way more in interest than you're going to ever pay for the property. So wouldn't it make sense to try and negotiate interest before property? And so many people never, ever understand that. They're looking at it and saying, okay, I want to just get the lowest price possible. Well, we want to show you, and we do it in numbers. We don't say, well, it should be X. No. When we consult with you, we put it all out on our programs and our dashboards. And the dashboard shows that, okay, if you were to go out and do what I'm sharing with you, your interest rate is going to go from here to here. And we show you exactly where interest rates come from. A lot of people are saying, this is what the rate is. Well, not exactly the case, because most people don't tell you, most lenders won't tell you, that you can have almost any rate you want to have. Now, you can lock in at the lower rate by using various strategies. You can even lock in at a higher rate if you understand that you're going to have a shorter time horizon. People say, well, Ron, why would I ever want to have a higher rate? Well, if you've got a short time horizon, military men and women, we're talking to you because we understand that in some instances, your time at a specific location might be limited. So if you've got a limited time horizon, then what we may want to do is say, okay, you know something? I don't want to be locked in for a longer period of time. I want to be locked in for a shorter period of time. So if I'm going to be locked for that shorter period of time, I want my fixed costs to be as low as possible. Now, we know that on the VA loan, you're actually going to have about as little as it comes because you don't have to make a down payment, right? That's one of the benefits that you've earned. It's not like anybody's giving you anything at all. And I love it when people say, well, they don't have any skin in the game. No, the military men and women, they have more skin in the game than any of us will ever have. They put it all on the line for us. So, and that's also why those are the lowest default rates of any loan we have. That's why our team at Geneva Financial has the #1 lending team in America for Homes for Heroes. So that would be our military men and women that's active and retired. That would be our first responders, police and fire, and nurses, and our educators. We're the #1 team in America for that group, and we give every one of them a discount. Everyone get a discount. All we need to do is when we do your paperwork, we just show it. Okay, they qualify, and they get a discount from the lending team. So let's go back to what I was talking about. The concept here is when I look at different rates, I can actually say, okay, the rates are going to be anywhere from 4.5% today to 7%. If you've got a short-term time horizon, you may want to have a higher rate and have us give you a rebate to offset any or all of your closing costs. Well, why would you want to do that, Ron? Well, the reason that you're going to do that is because you're saving money. See, the payment's going to go up maybe $10, $20, $50 a month, but you're getting back more money. So if you go up, let's say your payment is $50 a month higher, and you're getting back $3,000 or $4,000. $50 a month, 12 months in a year, $600 a year. Got a 3-year time horizon because I know I'm going to be transferred. That's $1,800, and we're going to get $3,000 back. I guess that sounds like a good idea, doesn't it? Right? So those are called strategies. You can't just say we're going to use one strategy for everybody and think that that makes any sense, because it doesn't. We need to look at everybody's strategy. Now, on the other side of it, well, maybe we want to buy down the interest rate. And I hear people all the time say, Ron, I don't want to pay points. Why? Is there a problem with points? Well, not if you understand what you're doing with them, and we do. Because over the long term, if you're buying down that interest rate, okay, so I might pay $7,000 now, but I'm saving $500 a month. So after 13 months, I've got a break even. After 14 months, I'm making money because I paid points. Got to understand all these things. Strategy beats rate always. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, how to protect your credit and financial future in retirement. This is the sweet spot home buyers have been waiting for. All that and more. You can reach me anytime. Off air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you make it a part of if you miss any part of our program, give me a call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio, your home and mortgage connection.
Confused about the home buying process? Or curious how much you really know about buying a home? Take the first Home IQ quiz to test your understanding of buying a home. Created by the nonprofit First Home IQ, this 5-minute quiz will give you a score, what you missed, and why. Take the quiz in 5 minutes at rsrlinks.com/FHIQ and find out what you need to know about buying your first home. That's rsrlinks.com/FHIQ.
Are you paying rent because you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you paying rent because you don't believe you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? At Siegel Lending Team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel Lending Team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
Are you like many of your neighbors trying to figure out how to pay off your debts so you could retire someday? Build bigger savings. Invest in opportunities. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Debt will destroy 50% of Americans from being able to retire earlier and with more. What if you could have a guaranteed program that could show you how to eliminate all of your debt in 10 years or less, all without having to spend more each month than you spend right now? Yes, that's correct. All without spending more from your checkbook each month than you are today. Get your free analysis today to see if you qualify. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Log on today for your free analysis, rsrnodebt.com. No purchase necessary. The free analysis takes only 2 minutes. rsrnodebt.com. Ron Siegel Radio is your home and mortgage connection. Go to rsrnodebt.com. rsrnodebt.com. Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Your Credit Matters segment today being brought to you by rsrnodebt.com, rsrnodebt.com. How to protect your credit and financial future in retirement. Simple steps for homeowners and first-time buyers. As you approach retirement, you probably have a lot on your mind, planning for a comfortable future. Managing your savings and ensuring your health and our priorities. What about your credit? Many people don't realize how crucial maintaining good credit is, even after they stop working full-time. Whether you're a homeowner, first-time buyer, or planning for retirement, your credit still plays a vital role in your financial well-being. Here on Ron Siegel Radio, we like to dive into topics that matter to you, and today we're focusing on why maintaining your credit in retirement is crucial and how to do it effectively. Even if you think you won't need to apply for loans or financing often, there are still plenty of reasons to keep your credit healthy. Why credit matters in retirement, you might be wondering. If I'm no longer working, why does my credit matter? Good question. The truth is, credit continues to impact several aspects of your life during retirement, sometimes in unexpected ways. For example, if you're downsizing your home, purchasing a vacation property, or co-signing a loan for a child or grandchild, your credit score plays a big role. Even your insurance premiums and potential health costs could be influenced by your credit. Assisted living facilities, for instance, may evaluate your credit before accepting you as a resident. So even in retirement, a good FICO score could open doors and help you avoid financial hurdles. 4 essential tips for maintaining your credit in retirement. Maintaining good credit after you retire doesn't have to be complicated. With a few smart strategies, you can ensure your credit stays in good shape, just like you did when you were working. Number 1, stay credit active without accumulating debt. To keep a healthy FICO score, you need to remain credit active. This means that at least one of your accounts should be updated with the credit bureaus every 6 months. But here's the good news. Staying credit active doesn't mean you have to go into debt. We tell you that in rsrccpayment.com, rsrccpayment.com. Considering using a no annual fee credit card for small purchases like groceries or gas, then simply pay off the balance in full each month. This way you avoid interest charges, keep your credit active, and protect your FICO score without accumulating debt. Many credit card companies regularly report to credit bureaus, so using a credit responsibly can help keep your score intact. Number 2, avoid late payments. They hurt more than you think. Payment history makes up 35% of your FICO score, which means paying your bills on time is crucial. This is especially important during retirement when you may have more fixed income. Make it a priority to pay every bill by its due date. Set reminders or automate your payments to ensure nothing slips through the cracks. If you're thinking about co-signing a loan for a family member, be cautious. As a co-signer, you are legally responsible for that loan. If the primary borrower makes a late payment, it shows up on your credit report too, potentially damaging your score for years to come. Number 3, keep your credit utilization low. Credit utilization refers to the percentage of your available credit that you're using, and it's a major factor in your credit score. The lower your credit utilization, the better it is for your FICO score. During retirement, you might not need to use credit cards as much as you did in the past. However, it's still wise to keep your credit card balances low compared to your credit limits. Again, rsrccpayment.com. Aim to use less than 30% of your available credit whenever possible. If you have cards with zero balances, be cautious about closing them. Closing credit cards can increase your overall credit utilization ratio, which could negatively impact your credit score. Number 4, keep monitoring your credit reports. Even in retirement, you should regularly monitor your credit. This helps you catch potential errors or signs of identity theft before they cause significant damage. The Fair Credit Reporting Act entitles you to one free credit report from each of the 3 credit bureaus, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian, every 12 months. Simply visit annualcreditreport.com to access them. When you receive your reports, review them carefully. Look for anything unusual, accounts you don't recognize, incorrect personal information, or inquiries you did not authorize. If you spot an error, report it immediately to both the credit bureau and the company that provided the information. Bottom line, don't let your credit slip in retirement. Credit management is a lifelong responsibility, and it's just as important in retirement as it was when you were working. Keeping your credit healthy can save you money on insurance, provide access to financing for healthcare or property purchases, and protect you in case of unexpected expenses. By staying credit active, avoiding late payments, managing your credit utilization, and monitoring your credit reports, you'll be setting yourself up for a financially secure retirement. As always, your credit is a key part of your overall financial picture, and protecting it can help you enjoy your retirement with peace of mind. That is the Real-Time Real Estate segment, brought to you by rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com. I can tell you that as a certified liability advisor, we are constantly looking for ways to help people. And one of the biggest problems I see is people that go and say, okay, I'm going to retire and I want to get every one of my debts paid off. Did you know how high a risk that is? That can be seriously high risk. And I know you're going to tell me, Ron, it's not high risk. I want to have everything paid off. And I'm just sharing with you that that's not always the best scenario. Why? I've had to turn people down for loans when they needed them in retirement because their house was paid off. But, what are you going to qualify with to get a loan? Well, you might want to use the reverse mortgage, and I love the reverse mortgage. It is a good stepping stool. Something that might even be better for you if you do it before you retire. rsrhomeselect.com. rsrhomeselect.com. Go there, whether you want it or not. I don't know if you even qualify. It is a great tool, especially for you in retirement. It's a 30-year loan that gives you access to the equity in your property if you need it. If you don't need it, you're not paying any interest on it anyway, and I hope you never need it. But in an emergency, it's there for you. So again, as a certified liability advisor, we focus on helping homeowners build wealth through better debt management. And maybe it might even be a better retirement for you as well. And as always, I ask, set that first radio preset button to come back here and join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to Josh and Sean who are engineering us today. And of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.